Hi.
Ready?
Yeah.
Okay. So much
I know.
on the plate this week. And Traction! Time for a Coke. A refreshing generic beverage.
Not sponsored. Okay.
Yeah. And Traction! And Traction! And Traction!
Why are you doing it so many times?
You're right.
Okay.
Now I can't do it without. And Traction! It's me, Miss Cracker, and it's time for Review with a Jew. RuPaul's Drag Race Season 12, Episode 3. Or, as some of the girls might know it, Episode 2. They don't know what's going on. Before we start today, I do want to talk about what's on everyone's mind, coronavirus. We have thought about this very carefully here, Caitlin and I, and we have decided to continue Review with a Jew. We want to bring something wonderful into a world that is really being affected by a terrible crisis right now. There are lots of people that are self-isolating. There are people that are deeply impacted and are losing loved ones to coronavirus. To anyone who is affected by the virus, our thoughts are with you. Now you may wonder if it's okay for Caitlin and me to be in the same room and film this thing, and the fact of the matter is we are together every day. We are like family, and I don't think that there is anything more important than keeping families and people who love each other together when it's possible. Now, out of respect for the crisis, we are not going to conduct our interviews in person. For the next little while, we're gonna conduct the interviews with Season 12 girls remotely, just to be safe. So, I hope this finds you well and that you are going to enjoy, because this week's episode was a doozy, or to put it in my terms, a juicy. After the girls are done doing their same camp, the New York City girls get together and they're like, woo, this is gonna work out great. Plot twist, it doesn't always. Anyway, enough of the love fest. It is immediately on to the drama. The girls want to know, did your group have any conflicts? Did your group have any conflicts? No. Ru comes in wearing a syphilis print tuxedo. Mwah, she's giving me brain fever. The library is open, but it is not the reading challenge today. It's time for the winners of the last 2 weeks to choose who they think is the weakest. It is so weird to watch Widow and Jada tell people exactly how much they are worth. Aiden is, completely unbothered by being put dead last in this mini challenge. As unbothered as my booking agent is right now. So bibbity blobbity bloop, they separate into groups. I made a poetry. I love a little poetry after supper. The challenge for this week is World's Worst. All of the girls are gonna get into groups and create a talent show audition that is just awful. This is completely unfair because I would have been so good at this. I have 0 talents. Things do not get off to a good start for pretty much anyone. Britta and Aiden's group is extremely awkward. Aiden is supposed to be the leader of the group, but every time Aiden's like, Britta's like, no! No! Next up, move over VeggieTales. It's time for some fruit. Jan is here serving us Orange is the New Black eyebrows.
Animals, the animals.
Yeah, we're gonna do it, you guys!
What's that?
Sakura wants to be the apple so bad.
I'm an orange.
Uh-huh. All right. And what about you, Jada?
I'm a terribly sad, bad apple.
Just a black and white filter with the leaves falling.
Slow down, yeah.
Slow motion. She wants to be the apple of RuPaul's eye. Next up, some old lady stuff. This is possibly my favorite group interaction of all Drag Race history.
Do you remember what the first rule of improv is? Never shut each other down.
Yes, and
You don't say that.
They could afford rights to the rhythm of the night? I'm full of poetry today. Did you hear that? They could afford rights to the rhythm of the night? They could afford rights to the rhythm of the night? They could afford rights to the rhythm of the night? Rhythm of the night. Rhythm of the night. Boop. All right, it's time for the challenge. Right away, Jackie's group is doing so well as a bunch of old ladies. I really believe that Jackie is this old woman. Girl, note to self, when nervous about something, just play dead. The second act is a little, I don't know, squirrely. All of the girls seem to be in a completely different world. And then you add Charo being in her own world, and it is an entire solar system. Crystal has no idea what the product is. Every time someone asks her a question about the product that they are being served, she's like, nope. We're kind of being told this is a giant jar of squirrel jizz. That's what I feel like today, by the way. Just a giant jar of squirrel jizz. Can we talk about this when we get to the fruits? I know what should have happened. Rock'em Sakura should have been Brock'em Sakura. Hello, somebody. When Charo tells you that you're speaking too fast and weird, you're in trouble. Oh, let me tell you something about saying something in unison. The judges love it when you say something in unison. Caitlin, say it with me. The judges love when you say something in unison. They love it. Proportionizing. All right, enough of that. There is nothing more draining than stepping off the improv stage on RuPaul's Drag Race and realizing, okay, that was it. There are no do-overs. One of my biggest challenges in season 10 was walking off of the Dr. Dill challenge and just being like, I'm sure it was terrible because it was totally unplanned. Rock'em Sakura is still on the apple thing. Girl, apparently, according to her team, Aiden was a dead weight. I guess she should have tried Gigi's part. That's horrible.
I know.
But you know what? Productive. But enough of that drama. The girls are going to be doing a buttons and bows runway today. Jada comes out first, and of course, she captures my imagination. She looks like Farrah and Trixie got swizzled together, and she's giving me Barbie fantasy. Dahlia is giving me buttons and bunnies? Rock'em Sakura, what a fantasy. You know that I live for long hair, and this is the longest. Jan, I don't know why she's giving me the star-spangled eyebrows and eye makeup, but this voodoo doll look is everything for her. It's a little different because she tends to be so sweet, and this is a little creepy, which thank you.
Heidi, Pinocchio.
Yeah, Heidi. Pinocchio. They used to say that I was a little girl and I told them I was a real boy. I'm like, are you a real boy or are you Mickey Mouse? Once again, Nikki Doll is giving me Valentina, but she's also giving you a cracker-approved hair fascinator. Jackie's beard gets justice. From Chia Pet to Teacher's Pet, what growth? Just to put a button on it, the winner for today's challenge is Sherry Pie. But that means there has to be two girls in the bottom, Dahlia Sin and Nikki Doll, giving you problems.
Look at him. Trying so hard.
But the winner of the lip sync is Nikki Doll, which means that Dahlia will go back to a big city full of sin. I think Dahlia was not happy to go home first. She turned around and walked right off the stage, and it was a little bit of a shock. So what we're gonna do is have a talk with Dahlia about what she thought of this episode and her critiques. So here's my question. What did you think about this past episode? How did you feel seeing yourself do improv?
I was over it just because I was like, please do not give me improv. I didn't want to do, I mean, like, I was fine with improv if they gave me, like, you know, a little bit more to work with. But, like, one thing that is not, like, my strongest suit is improv. And that was one thing that was going into the competition, like, girl, I hope I get this, like, you know, at the end.
If you were to add something to your Fierce Brock ally character, was there something that you wanted to change that you didn't get to do?
I mean, I wouldn't change anything about the broccoli. I wouldn't want to be the broccoli.
Okay.
No, I literally only chose the broccoli because I thought from sitting at afar, it looked like it was going to be a cute outfit. So I was like, ooh, that one looks so adorable. I want to be the broccoli.
I mean, as you know, I am drawn to being a vegetable as well. Was it hard wearing that giant outfit while you were doing it?
Oh, girl, it was literally like people don't really realize that I was going through it like behind the scenes all day because this headpiece is bigger than me going like this with my hands straight up, and I have long arms. And the headpiece is literally like the hole is literally this big, so it's only like doing this much of my face. And so every time I wanted to take it off, which I couldn't take it off, you know, we were filming for like a good 15 hours. I'm trying to take this head mask off every single do it, and it whips off my face. I'm sweating profusely underneath the mask. My eyelashes are literally like this, and you know, then I have to be funny. And, you know, I can't be thinking about my makeup, which that's all I do is if I look crazy, girl. I'm like, Yeah, literally. So it was a lot.
Going into the lip sync, how did you feel going into that? I feel like you were like, this is not my week.
I was fine with going into lip sync. The only thing that I wasn't fine with going into lip sync was that I was lip syncing and one of my, this is not like a, because you know, everybody goes on there like, well, this is the reason why I didn't do, but this is the reason why I didn't do good was because the outfit that I had on was like probably the worst outfit that I had on the whole season because how tight it was. And then also I was in the worst pair of heels, like out of all of my heels. And the funny thing was me and Nikki talked about that several times. Like, oh girl, we hope we're not in the bottom because we have the worst outfits to lip sync in. Cut to, we're both in the bottom.
You came in, you've been on the television for 3 weeks. You looked gorgeous the whole time. My question is, what do you want to do next?
I really want to do more with fashion. That's like always been my passion. So I want to do more with fashion, runway, and I want to do probably do something with makeup. Like if I can do a collab with one of my like favorite makeup brands, that would be amazing.
Do you hold your same opinion? Are you not going to put your brother in drag? Are we not going to get to see that?
One, I was just joking. Like, he's my brother. Of course, I'm going to be like, oh, girl, I don't want to put you in drag, bitch. I'm doing it. That's my thing. Like, people are like coming for me like, how dare you not want to put your brother in drag? I'm like, relax. You don't talk to your family like that, girl. Yeah. I can't wait to do, we're already planning something. So I want to put him in drag, do a shoot. Girl, to be honest, I could put myself in twice in the photo and people would think it was him, so.
Oh my goodness. You heard it here first, America. We may see the twin brother in drag. Thank you so much for talking to me. I really appreciate it. We have been through it with all of this and you made the time for it.
Thank you for having me, babe.
So, it's week 3. Only one girl has gone home. Tell me what you thought of this week's episode, and remember to watch next week, because right after that, there will be a brand new episode of Review with a Jew. Shablam!
I feel like that one was like, I feel we
Weird.
like didn't even
Do anything.
talk about anything.